friends, how's it going? So I got an alert today that said I had something waiting for me when I got home, and it is the Bohem Style Box from Craftica. And I'm super excited because I think like the last one I got I really loved, and I made that double strand turquoise and black aqua and black necklace, and it was really pretty. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and we're going to find something I'm sure that we're going to want to make. So let's go ahead and get right on it. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so here it is, and I love this one because it always comes with some of this. I know that they just tie it shut. I don't know if they actually mean for you to use it, but I use it as stringing material, and it's turquoise color, so why not? It does make really good stringing material, by the way. So let's go ahead and crack this open. So the Bohem Style Box is really great. So you can make two unique items, and they actually have the video tutorial here if you want to follow along and make what they are making, or you can just choose to make what you want. And then you can post your reviews and your creations to Bohem Style Box and with this hashtag, and then yeah, it's just really great. They have their own little team, all these people who use it, and then you can get some ideas from what they're using. But anyway, they are an exclusive box. They have high quality bohemian glass findings and bohemian glass beads and findings. And I don't know, I just love these beads. I think they're really great. But if you want to get details about the subscription, go ahead and go to the description part about the subscription. Yes, go to the description part of my video, and all the details are there for both boxes that they have. But right now we're just talking about the Bohem Style box. So this box, they put findings in it, which is great. So we'll go through that too, so you guys can see what kind of stuff you get in this box. All right, let me just set that off to the side. And it had just started raining. We're getting a thunderstorm right now. Let me grab a couple of these. So kind of getting through the findings, they gave you 4 crimp beads, some wire, some beading wire. We have some oval jump rings, which is really nice, little tiny ones, I think 3mm. We have some larger jump rings, a couple clasps, some chain extender, a couple little head pins, a couple really little head pins. These are teeny tiny. These are great for little beads. If you're going to do a tiny dangle, these are perfect for that. And then a whole bunch of regular jump rings. Wow, look at those. Those are all size, probably about 5mm. So that's a lot of findings. You get quite a bit of findings in here. And I think we're all at the beads now. So let's take a look and see what we have. So in this first package, we have these little hex nuts. And they're a really pretty, a lavender, it's a lavender luster. Or maybe not quite lavender, more like a mauve maybe. But there's a little bit of a luster on them. It makes them so shiny and so pretty. So I love those. I order stuff like spacers like this all the time, and I love those kind of spacers. And then we have more like it, but this is a really pretty pale pink. Really pretty pale pink. And again, it has that little bit of luster, that shine on there that just really makes it that much prettier. Just that extra shininess on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Oop, I just threw one. I love these. And then next we have, it's some little purple check glass tulips. And these have a Picasso finish on them. Really pretty. That's a gorgeous purple color. Now that's more like a lavender, and it has that, like I said, it has that Picasso finish on it, like a bronze coating. Really pretty. Then we have some check glass leaves in that same shade of purple, but it also has that nice bronzy Picasso-like finish on them as well. Very, very pretty. I really like these leaves. Might have to make something with those. Haven't done anything with leaves in a while. All right, then we have these elongated like drops, and these are, oh man, look at this. Look at the swirly pattern on this glass. So these are like a very nice rose pink, and they have that antique bronze on the ends that just makes it so beautiful. I love those. And then we have, it looks like some more of those purple. I wonder, is that the same purple? Nope, it's a deeper purple. So I've got a deeper purple of those little heck nuts. And they do have that luster coating on them as well. A little bit deeper of a purple. Really nice color. Okay, then next we have some little teeny tinies here. Like rondelle, like seed beads. And they're in that really, really pretty lavender. It's almost like a lavender gray color to my eyes, but it's like a little matte finish, which I think is really nice because we have so much shiny going on here. This matte finish teamed up with all that shiny will give it such a nice look and such a nice texture. So that's really pretty. Got a lot of those. Oh, and oh, look at these like beautiful little flowers. So now we have these really pretty, I'm gonna sneeze. Okay, I managed to catch it, sneeze, and pause it. So here are these really, really cute little purple flowers, and look at the luster on those flowers. These are so gorgeous. I absolutely love them. And we're on our last bag here. Okay, so now we have kind of like it's almost like a little bubblegummy pink. Let's take a look at these. Oh yeah, I like these. And they're the matte finish too. So that's really, really nice to get a couple different matte finishes in with all those lustery colors. But this is really pretty, and they have like such nice facets on them. And I think they're about a 2.5 millimeters is what they look like to me. But I love this candy color. It's like cotton candy, or maybe like a lighter Barbie pink or something. Super fun, super girly, great color. All right, you guys. So that was all of our beads and our findings. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it, and then we are gonna go ahead and make something really cool out of it. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I have everything here that we're gonna need. We will be using the crimp beads from the box, and we will be using the jump rings. Where were they? There we go. Probably these, maybe these. Okay, so the only thing I pulled from my stash is I have a bunch of these little wood buttons, and I have never used one yet. Let me just grab them real quick. So they were from a purchase from Temu from like, I don't know, a long time ago, and I honestly forgot about them until I cleaned out my room. But look at them all, and they're like perfectly like boho pattern design. Really, really pretty. So I picked one out that I thought would look so cute with all of these. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a button closure on this, but we're going to use seed beads for our part that goes around our button. These are very lightweight. I don't know how great they are, but you got like a bag of like 100 of them for like a couple bucks, and they feel good. Like they're not bending or anything. They're pretty thick. And so I wanted to do these so that we could test it out because I honestly just totally forgot about them. And then I went through and I pulled out all the beads I wanted to use. So I did want some pink in here. It's gonna be very pink and purple. I think it's gonna be really, really pretty. I'm not sure exactly how I wanna do all this, but I'm sure we'll figure it out between all of us. So let's go ahead and figure out like how we're gonna put this button on. So we are going to, well, first of all, let me show you because I'm gonna turn this into a video about how to do a button closure as well. So hold on one second. So usually a lot of people to do closures on a bracelet, they'll use a button that has a shank. And you usually put your stringing wire or your cord through that little hole and you can close it. Oh, you hear that thunder? It is really coming down. I kind of like it when it does this. But we're not using that today. So what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna end up stringing this on kind of like a bead. So let's start with this end because I do want to make this like an asymmetrical bracelet. So we're going to just pull our cord up through. You know what? First, let me put my crimp bead on first. We're going to use their crimp beads. Whoop. If the rain is loud, you guys, I'm so sorry, but there's nothing I can do about that. This is God controls the weather, not us. So we'll just listen to it rain, and I will just do my best to talk over the rain and thunder. All right, so we're gonna put our stringing wire through and not lose our crimp bead. I'm just hanging on to it and then put it back through this way, just like you're gonna thread on a button, like to put it on a shirt, okay? So there it is, it's on there really good. And then we're just going to push up our crimp, but let it have some room, okay? So you want it to be hidden by the button, but you also want it to have some room. So we're gonna do it right about there, and we're just going to crimp that bead down like so. Just a nice little crimp, just like that. Okay, so now we have that. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit wobbly like that, and it's okay because we want it to have some room. Once you get everything on it and get it closed, it's gonna be tight. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, when you go to measure this out, you're going to need to make sure, one, it goes around your wrist, right? But because we're going to be making a loop from our stringing wire with beads on it to go around our button, we want it to be longer. So just to give you an idea, I have a 6.5-inch wrist, and I am actually going to take about this much, which I'll measure it for you in a second here. Probably should have measured it first, but I'm doing things out of order today. I'm living on the edge. Ooh, that is so loud. I hope the noise isn't bothering you guys too much. I've only really had one person complain about the noise in my house, and she complained, I think it was on my, one of my videos, like I think it was like the Jesse James bead one, and it was because my family was talking and she could hear it, and she had asked me if I could close the door, and I explained to her that my door was already closed, and that noise is my family, and I love them, and just basically that was about it. So hopefully she can look past that I have a normal life just like you guys, and I don't have a studio that I work out of. This is not, I'm not a professional, I'm a normal human being. So this is really, if I wouldn't have run this through, it's probably close to 16 inches of bead stringing wire. All right, so now that we have that, and we know that we're gonna wanna bead onto here, I think we should maybe start with a pink one. Let's start with a couple little purple ones because they're gonna just be hidden behind there anyway. So let's just grab a couple so they can be kind of small. And let's just grab that and put them on. And I think they'll fit over both pieces of wire here. Yep, they do. Okay. So now that we have that, see, you could just barely see that little purple peeking right out of there. And then I kind of want to kind of want to do these little leaves. So maybe we do, I want to just string these leaves on because they're so stinking adorable. So let's do a leaf. And then let's do, I think I want to do these pink ones in between each leaf. So let's do that. Just gonna feed a few on. Let's see how that looks. When I was a teenager, these were my colors, pink and purple. I loved them all. It was just my favorite. Now I like purple, but I'm more of a pink person now. Pink and blue, I should say. Although I do have a love for all colors, yellows, oranges, you name it. I love them all. All right, so let's go ahead and throw this one on. And another leaf. Oops. I want to do this for probably about a third of the way. So I think one more pink one, and we're going to say we're done with the leaves. Because what I want to do next is probably, I think I want to do the little purple tulips. So we're just going to come in here with these cute little purple tulips. But the first thing I want to do is I do want to put on a couple of these little hex nuts, because they're really just darling. And it's a good spot to like start those. And then we're gonna beat on our little tulips. Oh, those are so darling. Look at how cute those little tulips are. So cute. And I wonder what they would look like if you put them like this. No, it looks weird. It looks like two hands, like, I don't know, it looks weird. All right, so we're just gonna put them on like this. And then let's do a couple more of these little hex nuts. Whoops. Ooh, that rain was something, huh? And then let's do a couple more of these little tulips. I feel like I'm getting a really weird shadow. You know, I kind of rearranged again, and I feel like I'm doing something wrong here, guys. Let me do it this way. I'm trying to figure out my lighting. There, I think I got it, maybe. Okay, I think that's it. I'm sorry, messing around with the lights. And then let's just put this one on. And yeah. And then a couple more little hex nuts. Cute. Very, very cute. And then I do want to come in here with one of these little purple beads and just like kind of start the new segment of little flowers. I'm going to figure out this lighting issue eventually, you guys. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have moved anything in my room. I was trying to make it easier for me. I hope that it's not like taking away from your experience. Okay, so there's our little flower, and let's keep putting some of these on. And these we're just going to put them on right next to each other. Just like little flowers next to each other, all happy and as can be. Okay. And then after this one goes on, let's test it out and see where we're at, because we might have enough. Let's do, at the end here, let's do a couple of these little pink ones, and then we're gonna start beading our purple ones on. So let's put those on. Just double check. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. All right. So now this is going to seem really weird, but you're going to take your crimp bead and you're going to just string that right on there, okay? Because you want it right there. You want it where you're going to start your beading to make your loop. So wherever your bracelet's ending and wherever you're going to start, your seed beads to make your loop to go over your button, that's where you want your crimp bead or your crimp tube, and you'll see why in a minute. So now we're gonna just string a bunch of these little seed beads on. Seed beads for days. There we go. All right, well, since I'm putting on just a bunch of seed beads, let's talk. So I was pretty excited today because I got to work this morning, and I think I told you guys, my husband leaves for work at like, before I even get up. Like I get up at 4 and he's already gone, he's left for work. He's working kind of like a middle between third and first because they still haven't found his replacement for third shift, and he's been in his position for a year now. So he's been helping out his people that work on third shift, but still being a supportive boss on first shift. So he's working crazy hours. So he's long gone by the time I wake up and get out of bed most times. So I get to work, and I have this habit. I like to get to work early. I sit in the parking lot, I lock my doors, and I call my mom, and we talk for about 15 minutes, and then I head into work. I open the doors, undo the alarm, all that good stuff, and get ready for everybody else to show up. And so while I'm sitting there, and I was just about to call my mom, and my husband texted me, and he says, hey, you need to get September 13th off because I bought us tickets to go see Billy Joel and Rod Stewart, and I was so excited. So I've seen Billy Joel. This will be my 4th time. I absolutely love him. He reminds me of growing up, like, because I heard his music all the time, and I just absolutely love him. When CDs were cool and people, collected CDs, I had every CD, every greatest hits, every original CD, all of them. Glass Houses happens to be my favorite album ever, but love him. Seen him, this will be my 4th time. I've seen him twice on his own, once with Elton John, and now I get to see him with Rod Stewart. And Rod Stewart is on my bucket list, and as we get older, and it's so sad to say, but we keep checking people off of our bucket list, not because we got to see them in concert, but because they unfortunately have passed away because they're much older. So very excited that I'm going to get to see him in concert. All right, let me look at this and test this out. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend this over because I just want to see if my button will fit through that loop. And if not, okay, so it's going to fit through here, but if you saw, some of my beads slid down. So we're going to throw on one more bead, I think, and call it good. All right, so this is where the fun is. So you're going to have your seed beads. You're going to turn them into like a little loop like this, right? And if they fall, it's okay. Just keep them on the one side. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through a couple more of those seed beads and through your crimp tube, and then through another bead or so, okay, beyond that. So I'm going to go through this pink bead right here. And as you can see, I'm going through 2 seed beads, my crimp bead, and this pink one. And we're just going to pull that down. So the crimp bead, you can use a crimp cover too if you want, which I can show you that too. I can grab a crimp cover. Will just look like another bead on your thing. Let me make sure. Nope, I probably shouldn't have gone through 2. So that's okay. Let me pull this back out. Maybe. This is stuck in there now. You guys, I'm always like, oh, it's so easy, and then I screw something up. I'm so glad you understand. All right, so it fits in there tight. It's that pink one that it gets like stuck in. All right, well, at least we know that the wire is gonna stay. It's not gonna do anything. Let me pause this for a second, and then I will pry this out of here. Actually, you know what? No, I'll keep you here because you're gonna wanna see how much of a pain this is that I just did this. Okay, so we're pushing it through. We're getting it figured out. I still want to go through one bead probably. So then let's just put it through the one. To me, it just ends up looking better if you put it through. Maybe we'll skip the pink bead. Let's just skip the pink bead. All right, and then let's pull that down. And let's test it out before we crimp it. It should fit through there snug, but not to the point where it's so snug that it won't fit, okay? So you want to have a little bit of movement, but I still think maybe I could have added one more bead. So we're going to, okay? This is why it's good to test it out before you get all crimp happy and start crimping stuff. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add one more seed bead. And then we can go ahead and do it, because then I'll feel confident that it is good to go. Oh, I was pulling on the wrong side. Well, no wonder. If one of you guys knew that I was pulling on the wrong side and that's why I was struggling, you need to like yell and tell me that I am. All right. So let's put that through here. And then just through that one seed bead and the crimp. And then let's pull that straight down. So now we have our little seed bead loop, okay? Just want to pull it down. Make sure you still have like bendy room in your bracelet because you want it to fit around your wrist, not laying flat on top of it. And then we are going to grab our crimping pliers. We're going to give us a little bit of room there so I can grab a bead cap, not a bead cap, a bead cover, a crimp bead cover, and I can show you those. All right. So there's that. Make sure it's nice. That's a nice crimp, okay. Let me just pause this real quick and I'm gonna show you those. We have a little bit left, but we can use that for something later. All right, okay, I have my crimp cover and all they are these little, like, they look like a little C. They do come in different sizes, so depending on your crimp bead or your crimp tube, you're gonna wanna follow size accordingly. I say that, but I very rarely do. I just stick it on there and hope for the best. All right, so why am I putting it on that side? I don't want it there. I want it here where we can see it. So you're just gonna slide that right over your crimp, just like that. And I use my crimp pliers, that very front notch, and I just gently push it together. Okay, see it still has open a little bit. These are very malleable, so you don't want to push too hard too fast. Just want to kind of work at it and just make it a little ball. Sometimes I have fantastic luck with these. Sometimes I'm like, that could have been better. If you go too fast, it definitely will mess it up. All right, so not bad. So now here is our bracelet, and it has a beaded closure for our button. Really cute. I'll try it on so you can see it. So the beaded closure is not super hard to do. You just want to make sure you remember those steps and be aware of like how much you really need, and test it several times over top of your bead. I'm sure there's probably some mathematical equation you can do to figure out what you need to do. But anyway, so not bad for a cute little wood button. I think it looks adorable with this bracelet. And we were able to use quite a few of the beads from here, and we still have so many beads left. But here's our nice little purple and pink dainty flower bracelet. So I hope you guys really like this video. I hope you like this box. If you want to find out more information about the box, the subscription, just head over to my description page, part of this video, just right below this video, and click on there and it'll give you all the details. I do have a link there, and I do, you can just follow that link right over and it'll take you right to the box of your choice. So this one, again, this is the August Bohem Style Bead Box, and you get all these beautiful check glass beads in there, plus the findings, plus they give you videos on you know, items that they've made, or you can just come up with your own like I want to.
All right, you guys, much love to you all. I hope you have a great night. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.